ready for the start. They're off in the Kentucky Derby. And American Pharoah broke okay. He's on the outside of horses, and Dortmund is out even better, and Carpe Diem is there, and Firing Line's in the early mix too. It's going to be Dortmund to set the pace here in the Kentucky Derby. Firing Line on the outside is second. American Pharoah is third to the outside of them. Carpe Diem is right there. Dancing Moon is close and running in between horses. And then Bolo. Mr. Z is after that, and then Ocho, Tencender. Upstart is 3 wide as they move into the turn. He's 8 lengths off the lead. Then the World Traveler Mubtahij is down on the inside. It's a Knockout is next. Materiality farther behind than we expected. And then comes Frosted, War Story, Keen Ice and Fermento near the back of the field. And the trailer is far right as they make their way to the backstretch. It is Dortmund in front. He went a half mile in an easy 47 1/5 seconds. Dortmund, the leader up the backstretch, a half a length, and Gary Stevens has Firing Line right in second position. And American Pharoah will be third up the backstretch. He's 2.5 lengths off of his stablemate. Carpe Diem follows in fourth. Dancing Moon is fifth, and he's 5 lengths off the lead. Then Bolo on the outside of Ocho. Mubtahij is 7 lengths behind. And then it's Mr. Z, Upstart, Tencender is after that, and it's a Knockout, and they're rounding the far turn. And Dortmund is the leader. He's on top by a half length, and Firing Line confronts him. And American Pharoah has come under a ride as Firing Line takes the lead outside of Dortmund. Here comes American Pharoah, and he sweeps up on the far outside, and they're into the stretch, and it's American Pharoah who has taken the lead on the outside. In between horses, it's Firing Line. Dortmund is down at the rail as they come into the final furlong. American Pharoah, Firing Line not done yet, and these two come into the final 16th. It's American Pharoah in front, Firing Line. Dortmund is third, Frosted is fourth. Coming to the finish, American Pharoah and Victor Espinoza have won the Kentucky Derby. Firing Line was second, Dortmund was third, Frosted finished fourth in a final time of 2 minutes 3.02 seconds. Victor Espinoza has won the Kentucky Derby 2 years in a row.
American Pharoah, the favorite, with all the predictions of greatness, showed it in that stretch run as he kept wearing them down. Finally got the victory, and how sweet for Victor Espinoza. After winning on War Emblem, he went the long 11-year drought, and now 2 in a row. Ahmed Zayat, 3 times he had been runner-up in the Kentucky Derby. Now he has that much coveted victory.
It's not easy, but we got it done. It's all that matters, right? Huh? Yeah. Hey, gracias. Thank you.
So Victor Espinoza wins, and for Ahmed Zayat, the naturalized American citizen born in Egypt, the horse without a tail, another horse they thought Mr. Z might have bitten it off when they were young. And it took a Pioneer of the Nile, was one of the horses that was Derby runner-up for Zayat. He, of course, comes back now, and here's American Pharoah, whose sire is Pioneer of the Nile. So a sweet time for Zayat and for Bob Baffert. Baffert's horses running 1-3 here in the Kentucky Derby, split by Firing Line.
Well, at the top of the stretch, the stage was set for what we kind of anticipated. Dortmund on the inside, Firing Line in the middle, and American Pharoah, who rated very nicely for jockey Victor Espinoza early and through the middle stages of this race, but he went very wide. He went wider than he had to go. For what reason, I don't know, but it didn't matter. American Pharoah looked like he had the measure of his 2 rivals on the inside. He comes back in a little bit closer to Firing Line as they go down the stretch. But as they hit the 3/16 pole and even the middle of the stretch, I didn't think there was anything in doubt. American Pharoah proving what everybody else thought, that he was the best horse. It looked like there was those 2 horses, Firing Line and Pharoah, got a little close together. Gary Stevens looked like he might have raised up in his saddle a little bit, but there's no doubt in my mind that American Pharoah was the better of the 2 horses today.
American Pharoah, the question was coming in, he had all the potential in the world. He had never been in a fight. Could he take a punch and come back swinging? Well, he certainly proved that today. And as for his stablemate Dortmund, He had a beautiful front-running trip in very moderate fractions. No excuses whatsoever for Dortmund.
All right, let's go to Donna, who's with Victor Espinoza.
Victor, you've just won your 3rd Kentucky Derby, 2 years in a row. Are you feeling pretty lucky right now?
Yes, I am. I feel like the luckiest Mexican on earth.
Hey, speaking of Mexico, you grew up in Mexico. At 17 years of age, after saving your money at being a bus driver, you paid your way through jockey school. What are the chances you make it from there to here?
Oh my gosh, probably 1% that I thought. But you know what? I was growing up and I want to be successful. I say I want to be a millionaire and successful in my career. And I choose to be a jockey, and here I am.
Let's talk about American Pharoah. How special is this horse?
He's been a special horse since the day I rode him. You know, he's tremendous. He has a lot of talent. He flows in the track. It's just unbelievable horse.
I know you won by length, but I couldn't watch the race from where I was. Tell me when you realized I think I can win this race.
Turning for home, I thought I got it. Oh no, I was riding him a little bit harder, and really ride it in the last 8 to the mouth, because you know the other horse, he was just right there next to me. Yeah, I can't just
firing line.
I can't just blow him away in the last 8 to the mouth that I want to, but I got it done.
You had to work for it, but you got it done. Well done. Let's go to Kenny Rice.
All right, thanks, Donna. Bob Baffert surrounded by his sons. And, Bob, a special moment with your family. You told me just before the break this was like Pacquiao and Mayweather. You were just ready to do this.
We were ready to rumble. I've been ready since the works. We're just keeping them going all week long and reading about it, you know, how good this horse is. And I was just hoping. I hope they're right. But I felt real confident going in. And I'm just, you know, this is for the Zayat family. And I want to say, I got a good friend that's having trouble. This is for you, Bobby Adair, who I idolized as a young boy. I wanted to be in Bobby Adair. This is for you, my man.
Your sons here have seen you win 3 of your derbies. This is the first time I believe Bodie has seen you win the derby.
Bodie's been here, and he's been waiting for that elusive picture.
Are you feeling relief, happiness? What are you feeling right now with so many expectations with the big 2 you brought in?
You know what? I'm so grateful to having to have these horses, and I'm relieved, but I'm so happy for my family. My boys are here. They've never been to the Derby, and the Zayats, they finally get a race. And come here, Justin. Get in here. My man right here, Justin.
And Justin Zayat, the owner's son, is here.
He has a lot of confidence in me and his dad, and they sent me that horse, so I'm so grateful to them.
Congratulations, Bob.
Thank you.
Bob Baffert winning for the 4th time, and the Zayat family finally smell the roses, Tom.
And so does Victor Espinoza, the man that was thrown by the family mule when he was a youngster. Now he's won back-to-back Kentucky Derbies. Victor joins Calvin Burrell as the only jockeys to win consecutive Derbies in the last 30 years. And there is a look at American Pharoah, the 2-year-old champion, only the second 2-year-old champion to win the Derby in the last 35 years. Street Sense was the other. American Pharoah wins the 141st Kentucky Derby. Joins this list of Kentucky Derby champions. He did it with a sweeping move on the outside, coming way wide, but Victor Espinoza knew he had plenty of horse, let him go wide to stay out of trouble, puts away firing line narrowly to win it, and it is American Pharoah that lives up to all the advanced hype with a victory in the Kentucky Derby, as Californians run 1, 2, 3. California-based horses have now won 3 of the last 4 Derbies. And for Bob Baffert, Kentucky Derby win number 4 as he joins Wayne Lucas with 4 Derby wins. Only Ben Jones has one more with 6. And his son Bodie. The last time Bob won a Derby, Bodie wasn't born. Now he is full of enthusiasm for American Pharoah, who gives him that moment. And Ahmed Zayat, who had the disappointment of finishing second for 3 different times. One of those was Pioneer of the Nile, who now sires his Derby winner, American Pharoah. And for Victor Espinoza, back-to-back Kentucky Derby winners. It was California Chrome last year, now American Pharoah.